Okay, here we have our next comparison of the Tamiya Ferrari Testarossa with the monogram Miami Vice Ferrari Testarossa, both in 1/24th scale. These are the engine blocks and transmission casings for both kits. This is the engine block of the Tamiya kit. You see very crisp details. You see all 12 cylinders, exhaust ports, intake ports. Axle seals. Very nice, very sharp engraving, very really nicely done. And here we have the monogram. While the engravings are not as crisp as that of the Tamiya, it does have very nice detail. You can see the cooling fins not quite as sharp as those on the Tamiya on the oil pans. And let's see, let's have this focus. Here you can see that the axle seals are also not as well detailed as the Tamiya. It does have a little more detailing on the front of the block than the Tamiya does, and it's more of a textured surface than the Tamiya does. Here's the front of the block of the Tamiya. Smoother, not as much detail on it, but the engraving is much crisper and deeper than that of the monogram. Here we have the transmission casings for both. The Tamiya, again, much crisper and sharper engraving. Very nicely detailed. And the monogram, a much simplified detail with, again, some texturing on the surface, I guess to simulate the feel of the raw metal. As you can see, the bolts are not as pronounced as on the Tamiya. Going around the belt housing. While the monogram one is not bad, the Tamiya is, in my opinion, much better. We'll see how they look after a little bit of paint and the installation of the rest of the parts of the engines. And we'll see which one stacks up best in appearance. Stay tuned for Tamiya monogram comparison part 3.